Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all of you. See, the promise is that at the end of the session, within 1 hour, the 6 steps that we have chosen, I'll make each and every step crystal clear for all of you. Yes, I'll be writing everything. You will get all the relevant information. Every relevant information will be provided to you. Okay, I hope the friends will keep on joining us. And let's begin. As you all know, this workshop that we are conducting, the topic is what are those 6 steps that help us to clear the UPSC Civil Services examination? Now, first of all, let me tell you, all of you who have joined this session, who all are joining on, who will join, one of the first most important step that you have already taken is that you have decided that you are going to prepare for this exam. Now, when you have already decided to prepare for this exam, it is very, very crucial for all of us that we have a proper strategy for this particular exam. Because as you will see, I brought a quotation for you. This is the quotation of Michael Porter. And as you all can see, he says, strategy is choice. Strategy means saying no to certain kind of things. Let me tell you all, I always say to people who clears UPSC is not the one who but the one that is basically I'm trying to say that in this exam the people who clear this, they are not the ones who just keep on reading, they just keep on studying, but the ones who know what to not read. Because everybody, what to read is easy, what not to read is something very, very important. You all have to understand what we don't have to read, because see, we have 1 year. For example, many of you who have joined for this particular session, they might be planning to give the exam in next year 2023. So now in 8 months, 9 months, how do I clear prelims? My strategy has to be very, very clear for that aspect. I should know what I should leave. So that's why please see the 6 steps that we have chosen. Number 1, I'll talk to you about the exam pattern. I'll talk to you about the exam syllabus. I'll tell you what is the importance of the syllabus. Number 2, I'll keep you and I'll give you the list of the correct books, right material. Because if you have the right material, invariably you will be reading the correct things. Third, I'll give you the strategy to cover the syllabus. How do you cover the syllabus? That strategy will be given to you. Number fourth, I'll give you the strategy how to ace the current affairs. Remember, this exam, current affairs plays a very, very important role. And how do we ace that? I'll be specifying that to you. Number fifth, I'll tell you the importance of the mocks and how to go about the answer writing. Because you will see once you have gone through the exam pattern that in this exam there is a stage that is the mains. And in mains, if somebody has to do good, invariably the student has to do a lot of answer writing. And of course, all of you would admit that revision is very, very important. Revision is very important. You will see how do we revise. I'll give you the strategy for that also. So let's begin with the first. Now, all of you who have joined now, if you have joined now, don't worry. we are starting with the first point now, that is the exam pattern and the syllabus. You can see pattern, it is a three-stage exam. I know all of you would be knowing this particular thing. Now, in this three stages, the first one is the preliminary, which is objective in nature, has got two papers, both of 200 marks each, and both 2 hours each papers. Now, you all know in this preliminary exam, the paper 1 is GS paper 1 and the paper 2 is CSAT. Now, invariably, I'll talk to you about the syllabus of all these. But as you know, here only I'll specify the basis of the marks that you get. On that basis, you go to the next level. That is, there will be a cutoff based on your paper 1. And remember, paper 2 CSAT, you need to get 1/3 of the marks. That is qualifying paper. Remember, CSAT is a qualifying paper. You simply need to get 1/3 of the marks in this. So I hope you are aware about this as far as prelims is concerned. Now, remember, every year UPSC comes up with its notification where they would specify that how many seats are there. For example, next year, let's say there are 1,300 seats. Now, overall, around 10 lakh to 12 lakh people will fill the form. Around 4 to 5 lakh people will appear in the exam. And let's say 12,000 to 15,000, 16,000, whatever that might be the number, they would reach the next level. That is your mains examination, which is subjective in nature. Now remember, in mains, remember, in mains you have 9 papers. Each paper, I'll tell you, but the basic division is the first 2 papers are qualifying again. So it might be English and a local language paper, that is Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, etc. Similarly, these 2 papers, just like the CSAT, you need to get 75 out of 300 and you reach the next level. Then comes your 1 paper of essay, 4 papers of general studies, and 1 optional, which will have 2 papers. So remember, altogether there are 7 papers. You can see 1 essay, 4 general studies, and 2 papers of optional. Each paper of 250 marks. So your mains is of 1,750 marks. I will tell you how to select optional. I will tell you that. See, this workshop is for English medium. Our Hindi medium workshop will be done tomorrow. So we will be continuing only in English medium for this particular optional or for this particular, workshop. Now, out of 1750, again based on cutoff, some 2,500 to 3,000 people will reach the third level, which will be the personality test or the interview, which will be again of 275 marks. Remember, based on the 1750 plus 275 marks, altogether 2025 marks, your rankings are decided for UPSC. So I hope everybody is clear with the pattern of the exam. Remember, this is objective, This is subjective, and the personality test is oral in nature. So, pattern is clear. Let's move to syllabus. Now, if you all see here, if all of you are just beginning this preparation, first thing all of you do, mug up the syllabus. See, remember, syllabus, it's like a Bible. It will give you a roadmap. It will tell you what to study. See, let's say I take a new name, Raju, Ashish, Naseem, Vandana, Vinutna, Nageshwari. If you people are reading anything, if you are studying something, you should know why are you studying that. How would you know that? This you do based on the syllabus. Based on the syllabus, if syllabus says that you need to study health, you will study it. If the syllabus says no, you don't have to study health, you will leave that. All of you, listen to me one thing. Your whole life is to gather the knowledge. This 1 year is to clear UPSC. So just focus on what is written in this syllabus, nothing else. Now, how will you cover health? I will tell you. Have patience. But first of all, know the syllabus. So syllabus, both of prelims as well as mains, has to be mugged up. Now, a good indicator, what is asked, what is not asked, is your PYQ, previous year questions. If you see here, for example, let's say all of you know ancient history. Now, when I look at the syllabus, what I find is that ancient history starts from Stone Age, then Indus Valley civilization, let's say Mahajanpadas, Mauryas, post-Mauryas, Guptas, of course, Buddhism, Jainism, and lastly, Harshvardhana. So if you see here, you know the syllabus now, then you look into the PYQ. What do you find in PYQ? That out of these topics, which are the important topics? IVC. Every year, questions are coming on IVC. Similarly, Buddhism, Jainism. Every year, Buddhism, Jainism questions are coming. So you all can understand that what area you should focus on. See, I'll tell you about the UPSC standard books. All of you, please go with me as I showed you which 6 points we will do. Those who don't understand IVC, it's Indus Valley civilization. So remember, we know the pattern and we also know that how do we use the syllabus. We need to mug up the syllabus. We need to use the PYQs to use this. Now, second, now you all are asking me, write books and the material. Now let me tell you, all of you see here, books. For example, I'm writing here. If you want, you can write it down. Ancient, medieval, modern, art and culture, geography, polity, economics, ethics. Now, which are the books that we should definitely do? For example, ancient, R.S. Sharma. Medieval, Satish Chandra. Modern, Bipin Chandra. Art and culture, Nitin Singhania. Geography, one atlas plus the NCRTs. Similarly, polity, Lakshmikant. Economics, again a very good book of Nitin Singhania. Ethics, Subbarao. Similarly, some of you are asking, what about environment? Rajgopalan sir's book. So you can see there are different books. So go for standard books. See, all of you, please understand. Go for standard books. Yes, you want to go for NCRTs, definitely go for them. If you have the time, definitely go for the NCRTs. See, Tamil Nadu textbooks are also good. You can go for them also. Those who are asking for that. Getting my point? You can go for that, isn't it? So you can all see these are the books that we need to do. Now, please look at the second point. Limited book. All of you, please focus here. All of you see one book many times. Many books, not. Kiran, Soni, Billa, Kanu, Krishna, Vishesh, anyone who is there in the class, remember, your aim is to become a district collector, not a book collector. You all will go for only one book. Read that book many a times, as many times as possible. And don't go for multiple books because that only confuses the students. It only confuses. Trust me, all of you. The people who go for multiple books, they are not able to complete everything properly. Now, you will ask me, sir, do I need to make notes? Why not? You can. You can make the notes. Let me give you an example. Those who know me, they would know. All of you, those who know me, my name, I'm Rohit and I teach history here. So let me give you an example of note making. Let's say notes on subsidiary alliance has to be made. So subsidiary alliance, how do I make notes? Who brought it? Wellesley. When did he bring it? Around 1798. Why did he bring it? Napoleon's fear. Then, who all signed it? Hyderabad, Awadh. What were the principles? Army maintained by princely states at their cost. Number two, a British resident will be stationed. Number three, no foreign affairs. Number fourth, Britain is paramount power. So please understand, you all can make notes based on these types of mind maps. You can do that thing. Getting my point? You can make this thing like this notes in very precise manner. Of course, conceptual clarity. Very important. Conceptual clarity has to be there. You all have to understand that you cannot simply mug up everything. You cannot simply mug up. You have to understand the things also. So, for example, you were studying Lakshmikant and you were in the chapter of fundamental rights. Now, knowing that, okay, Article 21A is right to education. Okay, great. But then, right to education, you need to understand it conceptually also. You cannot only mug up the facts. UPSC does not only look at your knowledge from the angle of mugging it up. You will have to remember it from the angle of understanding the concepts also. Similarly, as I have already said, don't go for many sources. Don't go for many sources. Okay? Is everything clear till this point? Please write yes or no. Please, great. I got a lot of yes. Thank you. Thanks a ton. Please understand this entire session is for your benefit. Trust me, I will make everything as simpler as possible. Two things. If you find, if you are looking for Hindi sessions will be done tomorrow. This session is going to be purely in English medium. Okay, let's go to the third point. How to cover the syllabus. Now, please see. Look, I have given 4 points here. Now, you all have already mugged up the syllabus now. For example, if you all see prelims for history, the syllabus says history of India and Indian national movement. So when I see this syllabus, what do I understand? That in prelims, I understood two things. Number one, world history will not come. One thing I understood, because they have not mentioned about this. Number two, please understand, not only I understood that world history will not be asked, I also understood that the focus will be on Indian national movement. Otherwise, they could have simply written history of India. They could have simply written history of India. But why they are writing this? Because they are telling you that the focus will be on this. Now, each and every word that is mentioned in the syllabus has to be understood. Please remember, micro listing has to be done. For example, see here. Modern. All of you see here. For modern, you start with arrival of Europeans. So this is one topic. Under this, the 5 subtopics are the 5 Europeans. So Portuguese, Dutch, Danes, French, English. Similarly, we need to study about the wars, the various wars that took place. Now, under this, 4 Anglo-Mysore, 3 Anglo-French, 3 Anglo-Maratha, of course, Palasi, Buxar, 2 Anglo-Sikh. So all of you, please remember, each and every topic, the micro listing has to be done. You need to look into every word. Please, all of you, this session is in English. For Hindi, there is a session tomorrow. We will not be doing this session in Hindi. All of you understand. Those who are demanding, please understand, we are not going to do this session in Hindi. Okay, I'm clear? Now, tomorrow the session is in Hindi. This session is in English. Okay, I'll write in the bigger size. Now, interlink. For example, let me take a bigger size. Interlinking. For example, In modern, you study about Ryotwari, Zamindari, and Mehelwari. In where? In your modern history. Now, in post independence or in your economics, you study about land reforms. So, do the linkage. Land reforms needs to be connected here. All of you, please understand, your land reforms may be in third paper, but has to be connected here. Am I clear? Am I clear? Yes or no? How do you do the interlinking? Okay, great. I got a lot of yes. Absolutely. See, understand. If I'm reading something, let's say I read about uh, non aligned movement. Now, this can be in international relations, can also be in post independence. So, do the linkage. That is very, very important. Now, moving to the next step, you can see how to ace current affairs. A lot of you now listen to me properly. All of you listen to me. Best source, newspaper. Now, lot of you will ask, which newspaper? You can go for Hindu, you can go for Indian Express. Now, which newspaper is clear? Listen the next point. What to read? For example, read the polity, read the judgments, read the IR portion. What you can leave? You can leave entertainment, local news, sports. Uh, you can, leave all these areas. So, leave them, read them. Now, some of you are asking, can or should we do something else? Why not? If you have the time, read a economics paper, Mint, or you can do any other business standard, any other economics paper. Now, some of you are asking, what about editorial? Yes, why not? Definitely, editorial has to be done. Now, why you should do editorial? Some of you are asking, why should we do the editorial? Some of you are asking. See, editorials give us both the sides of the story, pro and con, support and oppose, both the points you get from editorials. So if you see, for example, there is an editorial recently, yesterday, you all saw, Supreme Court was divided on the issue of hijab. Now, Supreme Court judges, they themselves were divided and it was sent to a higher court, or I would say a bigger bench. Now, tomorrow, if you have to write on that, you will read the editorial. You will know both the sides. That, oh, what are the things that the government said or the Supreme Court said in support of the ban, and what are the things the government said against the ban. So, for example, one of the Supreme Court judges, he said that this is a matter of personal choice. Another said that in the class, we need to draw a line. So next day, if you all would read newspaper, there were editorials on this. So you get both the sides of the story. Am I clear about the standard source of newspaper? Am I clear about this? Okay. Now, some of you are asking, should we make notes of the newspaper? See, I'll tell you, don't make the notes of the newspaper. No to notes. So what do? See, all of you who are our student, every day we provide CNA and DNA. So what is CNA? CNA is basically you get everything in the form of a PDF. So you can use this comprehensive news analysis and use it as your notes. Why do you want to make a notes of your own? This is a notes that Byjus has prepared and given to you. And DNA. See, in the evening, every day we bring the newspaper analysis. So you can go and listen to the analysis. Let's say you did not understand something. You listen to the analysis on our YouTube channel and you understood the concepts crystal clear. So CNA and DNAs will make your life very, very simple. See, from our side, the initiative, the work is that we will make your life as simple as possible. You need to give your 100%, and we would make your life as simpler as possible. Am I clear? All of you, am I clear? Now, of course, great. Thank you. Thanks a ton. Now, of course, there are certain government reports also. For example, economic surveys. Let's say budget. Now, apart from DNA and CNA, we definitely have to do the economic surveys, the budgets. That has to be done. All of you think, let's say Aarti, Priyanka, Rohit, Sonu, Riya, Asna, in their mains answers, they are giving quotations from the economic survey. And think, if I am the examiner, and the moment I see that these people are giving me the data, quotations from the newspaper, don't you think I'll give them 1 marks extra? I will give them. I will give them. Definitely, I'll give them. See, those who are asking about this, CNA is comprehensive news analysis and DNA is daily news analysis. So all of you think, you quote me from good sources, good reports of the government, definitely I'll give you good marks. Third, go for websites like ITSA, Institute for Defense Studies. Yes, you can go for Yojana, absolutely, why not? Yojana, Kurukshetra, then you have the Science Reporter. Why not? You can go for them, absolutely go for them. That's why, yes, why not Suguna? PIB also. Suguna, you are there in the morning batch also, I know, isn't it? Yes, go for PIB, Press Information Bureau. Why not? Go for that. See, front down to earth, great source. Trust me, there is no better source for science than down to earth these days. Yes, you can do the Rajya Sabha TV. Why not? RSTV also can be done. Go for those. So I hope everybody, is this clear? how to go about acing the current affairs. Am I clear? Crystal clear, right? Crystal clear, everyone. See, I'm only giving you options. Multiple sources, I always say no. But when it comes to current affairs, why not? Okay, now, see here. As I said, in order to ace current affairs, I'll make it slightly more better. See here, you should know what you have to read. We started with this. If you all remember, we started with this, that what to read and what not to read. Those who know what not to read, trust me, you will clear the exams in your initial attempts itself. A lot of students, trust me, all of you, let me tell you, a lot of students, they come to me and they ask me that, sir, I'll prepare on my own. I don't have a problem people preparing on their own, but after 2 months, they come and say that, sir, I was preparing this, but now I get to know that this was not a part of the syllabus. What happened? You have basically wasted your time, and that is something that I don't want. You should not waste your time. Of course, what is there in prelims, what is there in mains, you should know that. For example, you are studying 1857 revolt. Now, in 1857, analysis of 1857 will always be a mains topic. But then, the leaders of 1857 will go under the prelims. How do we know? This we understand based on PYQs. Similarly, in-depth understanding of core issue-based current affairs. I already gave you a good example. The hijab issue that I said, it is a current ongoing thing. Let me give you another example. Let's say the Ukraine crisis. Talk about the nuclear weapons. So invariably, if the nuclear weapon or these issues are being raised, what do we need to do? We need to understand these issues. Just give me 1 second. Yes, why not? The cheetah issue. Any issue you need to understand. We already talked about the editorials that you need to have, your opinions. You should know the opinions. Note down unique examples. Now, this is very good thing. Good practices. See, for example, today a very unfortunate news came that in J&K, again one Kashmiri Pandit was killed. Very unfortunate. So let's say tomorrow if there is a question on terrorism, and in my first line, in the introduction, I took the names of these people who were killed or who have been murdered by the militants. If I remember some of those names, invariably what it becomes, a unique example. I'll try to tell the examiner that, the atrocities that are being committed on the natives. Similarly, good practices. You know about a certain good practice. For example, though some of you would be from Kerala. Recently, there was a crocodile that died. It was written that it was a vegetarian crocodile. Now, I'm not saying, but that was a unique example. Let's say tomorrow about the answers you could have mentioned. Similarly, freebies by politicians, very much in news. Some of you might be from Tamil Nadu, Bihar, UP. You know in your states what are the freebies being given. Write about that. Please understand, all of you, Vaishnavi's answer should become as different from Jasna's answer, as different from Namita's answer. And how can that be? Based on the fact that there is examples. Examples make your answers different. Of course, use these examples and integrate them with the static notes. For example, I showed you one notes of subsidiary alliance. Now, if I've written something, let's say notes on defense, all of you tell me one thing. What did India do yesterday from a submarine? Yesterday, if you all have read the newspaper, tell me someone. What did we do from a submarine yesterday? Yes, INS Arihant. Tell me that. What did we test? We launched a nuclear missile. Nuclear ballistic missile was tested. So in my notes of defense, which I have already made, add it over there. Add it. So what did you do? You have integrated and you have updated your static notes. So all the time, try to keep on updating your notes. That is very, very important. See here. For example, I'm giving you examples. When the state of Jammu and Kashmir was bifurcated into two separate UTs, how could you, relate to your static portion? Yes, Bharat Mata ki jai. See here, you could have integrated it with the Article 3rd of the Indian Constitution. The creation of states and UTs. Similarly, it is under the Part 8 of the Indian Constitution. Thirdly, this was concerning our internal and border security management. So, for example, Jammu and Kashmir, one topic, this being bifurcated, two UTs being made, you could have brought it here, here, here. Of course, the princely states history. Of course, under post-independence, you could have brought it. And the formation of states, this year's mains question was that in India, the formation of states has been an ongoing process. You could have written it over there since mid of 18th century. Similarly, let me give you another example. See here, IPCC came up with the 6th assessment report. Now, where all you could include it? Look, all of you. See here, in geography, it can come under oceanography and sea level rise. Similarly, in environment, it can come on the human impact on the environment. Third, if you are science and technology student, you could have used it under the alternate sources of energy. Similarly, if you are reading it under disaster management, it can be the climatological disasters to which you could have connected it. Lastly, if you are reading it under social justice and internal security, do talk about the climate refugees. So you can see all these are the things that we could have included here. All these things could have been brought here. Am I clear till this point? Every one of you. I get it. A lot of you are giving me yes. A lot of you are showing the thumbs up. Thanks a ton. The endeavor is to make the things understandable to you, crystal clear. Some are saying crystal clear as water. Thanks a ton, all of you. Let's move to the next step. See, practice mocks for prelims. All of you. For example, you are writing a test paper. See here, you are writing a test. And let's say question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Question 1, you got it correct. Very good. Very good. Question 2, you got it incorrect. Question 3, you did not attempt. Now, please understand. Question 1, even though you got it correct, please look into its analysis, because then you would know whether you came to the correct answer through correct method or not. That is the thing. Similarly, question 2, you got it wrong. Look into the analysis. Why did you make it wrong? Why did you go wrong? Now, let's say the chapter was preamble. I will go and look into the book and study it. It might be a silly mistake. I may leave it. Third, did not attempt. Definitely, I didn't know. So, this way, I get to know my blank spots, the places where I'm not good. I'm knowing about them. Oh, this thing I need to solve. I need to study. Now, target specific limited area approach. Now, all of you understand. Prelims, you cannot, when you are doing the mocks, you cannot do everything. So I identify the chapters. Let's say polity. I will definitely do preamble, fundamental rights, fundamental duty, DPSP, president, parliament. I think most of the questions come from this area only. Similarly, if you are doing modern history, you will do socio-religious reform movement, 1919 and 1935, Act, economic history. Most of the questions come from here. So you will target always specific limited area approach. Don't try to do everything when you are doing the mocks. Now, all of you listen to me very carefully. Figuring out how many to attempt. For example, Pradeep is there, and let's say Jyoti is there. Now, Pradeep, as a student, attempts 93. See here, attempt is 93. Correct are 70, correct is 66 and incorrect is 27. Whereas Jyoti has attempted 69. Correct are 60, 9 are incorrect. Now, all of you can see Pradeep got 114 marks and Jyoti also got 114 marks. Both of them, everyone, everyone, are you clear about this Pradeep and Jyoti example? Everybody clear about Pradeep and Jyoti example? So now, you people, you should decide which type of person you are. You are a Pradeep type person who makes 2 correct and also 1 incorrect, or you are a Jyoti type person whose accuracy is great. See, I have cleared, I wrote mains 4 times, went till the interview. I can tell you, I'm Pradeep type man. I would always attempt more than 90 questions, would get 60, 70 correct, also 20 incorrect. But I would never be, with such a high accuracy. But then I know there were my friends also who were having a great accuracy. So you all should know which type of person you are. Am I clear? Everyone, is this slide clear for you all? Thank you, crystal clear. I got your message, all of you. Moving to the next slide. Now, if you clear pre, that is one thing. But what about mains? Look into the question. Understand the question. For example, look, I'm giving you a question. Question is, India has a lot of problems with its neighbors. Now, people read this and wrote the whole answer on Pakistan. Maybe some people also added China. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes we have issues with Sri Lanka. Those who are from Tamil Nadu, isn't it? We are having some issues with Sri Lanka. Similarly, sometimes we have issues with Myanmar. Those who are from Northeast, don't we have issues there? Of course, Afghanistan is our neighbor. There are issues. Bangladesh, Nepal, very few issues. But I will like to mention. So, understand what is the question demanding. If you do not understand the demand of the question, you will always write incomplete answer. Great, Shubneet. Now, speed versus content. All of you, see here. In 3 hours, you have 180 minutes. You have to write 20 questions. In 20 questions, it is 4,000 words. So, all of you see, 4,000 words in 180 minutes. That means 400 words in 18 minutes. That means a 200 word in 9 minutes. That means 200 words in 540 seconds. That means 20 word in 54 seconds. That means 10 word in 27 seconds. That means 2.7 second per word is given in UPSC. Is this calculation clear to you? Is this calculation? That means your speed has to be good. You have to be very, very good in your speed. You have to write like a cheetah, become a cheetah in the examination hall. But then, speed is not the only thing. Your content also has to be there. You have to have content. You cannot be writing anything and everything. You have to see what is the demand. If the question is demanding about cheetah, lion and tiger will not do, even if they are carnivorous. Getting my point? So you all have to write the proper things. And that is why structure of the answer. Give a proper introduction. Write a proper body which has the content. And of course, conclusion also has to be there. You cannot ignore the conclusion. Give your conclusion, proper conclusion, because when you don't give conclusion, it is as if you have not completed your answer. Am I clear? Now, yes, handwriting matters. The better the handwriting, better the chances of you getting marks, better marks. Last part of our discussion, the sixth part, revision. How do I do the revision? See, I cannot revise everything. That's why before the exam, I will decide what all things do I need to revise. I will identify relevant topics. Relevant topics I will identify. Number two, when I'm revising, I'll invariably try to remember all the concepts. All the concepts would be done by us. Third, remember it is important at all the three stages, even at the time of optional. Let's say you are reading your optional and you have tomorrow the two papers. Let's say some of you have sociology as your optional. Let's say. So what do you revise? Some of the people will think, yeah, that I don't remember Durkheim. I'll revise that. Some will say Parsons. I like to revise. So you should know what thing you want to revise. Even before interviews, you never know what they will ask. So you should be knowing what you have to revise then. So Remember, before the prelims, you must have a revision schedule. Read the books which you would have read 2-3 times, and you can revise your mocks also. Look into your correct as well as incorrect answers. Definitely go through the PYQs, very, very critical. And lastly, definitely a small prelims booklet, if you maintain, it will help you in quick revision. That is everything written in very small way. As far as booklet, maintain a booklet pages. So this page, everything related to defense. This page, everything related to space. This page, women. This page, health. This page, education. Maybe before essay, this page, quotations. Everything you will have to read. Lastly, before the mains also, do try to do this revision. Do revise your notes. Please write as much test series as possible. As I have said throughout this lecture, multiple revision of the same source. Revise as many times as possible. That's why I'll be ending this session with a quote: practice makes a man or a woman perfect. If you are doing practice, invariably you will be getting perfect every time. You can see overall targets I have given for general studies, both for mains and prelims. These are the papers. For general studies only mains, these are the papers. Definitely do your optional. Please do the answer writing. Do not forget the mock tests. There is no way that you can forget that. You can see here, a vision without a strategy remains an illusion. Always remember, if you don't have a strategy while preparing for this exam, whatever you are seeing is not what you are seeing, it's only an illusion. So, how can we help you in a very small way? I'll just give you an idea. Byjus presently offers 3 courses: the tablet course, the online courses where we give the live classes, the BHLP one, and the offline courses. Remember, tablet is also provided in the online as well as offline classes. Some of you are asking, where are our offline centers? Please see here. Presently, we have 8 centers. They are Kolkata, Lucknow, Pune, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, and of course, Jaipur. In all these 8 centers, we are having both English batches, all the 3 times, morning, evening, and weekend. And in Delhi, Jaipur, and Lucknow, we are also having our Hindi batches. As far as our online classes are concerned, some of the best faculties, you can meet them in morning, evening, weekend batches in English. Morning batch, morning 6 to 9:30, evening 5 to 8:30, both these Monday to Friday, and weekend batches Sunday and Saturdays. And of course, see, whoever wants to know any information about us, you can always contact us. You can give your numbers here if you want us to contact you. You can write your comment that, for example, many of you are writing about the fees, many of you are writing about Delhi, our center, Karol Bagh, we have our centers. Some of you who are already enrolled with us, you know what all we provide. Those who want to, okay, in optionals also, we are providing 3 optionals: PSIR, sociology, and recently launched history. The 3 optionals, they are being provided. So anyone, if you want to know about anything, our fees, our classes, our centers, any doubt, please mention your numbers. We'll contact you. So I hope I was crystal clear for the last time in this class. And as we promised, 1 hour for this session, exactly at 1 hour, we are ending this session. Goodbye. From me, when you join us, definitely we'll meet again. Some of you who are already our students would know me. The final goodbye for this session. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Goodbye. I've already taken most of your questions. Goodbye, all of you. Best of luck for your exam. I hope sincerely most of you clear this exam. Many of you do wonderfully well in your life. Thank you. Goodbye.